sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life would never be the same. I done prayed that I will make it bring glory to my name.
Ladies, gentlemen, welcome. This is an Uncle Strib. I haven't done one of these in a minute. It's been Guard 615 and the film room, but we got Uncle Strib, and we are live from the 210. My buddy Calvin, if you guys follow the Ivy Talks podcast, he's on the Guard 615, but he had some PTO and decided to take a trip down to the San Antonio. So before we get really started, since we haven't really, because I had you on Uncle Strib on the early one, so I haven't had you on in a minute. Why don't you just kind of semi-introduce yourself, and then here for the people.
Cool. Well, obviously I'm Calvin, known finest from high school, Independence, play football and everything. Not football, football, basketball and everything. Believe it, known him since high school and everything. Just kept a good relationship, and obviously on his podcast and everything, just keep up to date with him and see what's going on with him and everything like that. So obviously came down here, took some time off, just a getaway trip, just to hang out basically. And yeah, been hanging out, been to catch a game tonight, Spurs game, which I'm excited for. And maybe see Giannis and some other players. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting they're playing Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's the big thing, because when I looked at the tickets, I was like, okay, I gotta get a game and everything. And then when I saw the bus one, I was like, okay, that's a perfect one, because Giannis is gonna be there. Obviously, there's a lot of people from San Antonio are gonna come there just to see Giannis too. So yeah, man, I'm excited. This is gonna be my second NBA game going to. So yeah, I'm excited, man.
Yeah, this will be my I call it the Texas circuit. When you go to a Rockets game, Mavs game, and a Spurs game. So I've hit the three.
Out of all three, which is the best atmosphere?
Bro, Dallas.
Really?
Dallas, because their arena, so far to all the ones I've been to, their arena is super, super nice. Okay. It almost seemed like it used to be in a museum or something. It's the floors are really fancy, and the way they have the corridors. I don't even know how to describe it. It's something you'd have to see, but it seems the outside even kind of almost looks like a museum type building. So although it used to be a museum, they just renovated to an arena, but it's super nice. And then Houston's nice too, because the way their seats are set up is even so the top seats, the concessions are behind them. So it's almost all of them are kind of like a bowl, but like at the Spurs, the concessions are in the back. You go through the little hallways or the stairs, and the concessions back there. But the seating, you can go all the way up to the top of to where there's a wall here, and it's the top of the arena, right?
Oh, okay.
In Houston, it's like a, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like a bowl, and at the top of the bowl, it's flat, it's concessions, so it almost feels like all the seats are inside.
Yeah,
so even if you're at the top of the nosebleeds, they still seem like good seats, because there's concessions, and they got the team shop set up, so there's stuff behind you, so you don't feel like you're all the way up, out the way like you do it like the Spurs one. You'll see, you kind of feel out of the way because you don't see the concessions, but it's an open concept almost.
Okay.
Because the concessions are right there, everything's open, at least at the top. Obviously, the lower level, the stuff is up under it. But I like Houston's setup probably the best. But in terms of atmosphere and super nice and the feel, Dallas so far.
I can see that, especially with Luka being there too. It all.
And they're actually pretty good. I think Spurs are actually pretty good this year too. But it's still early. It's still early.
That's true.
But we were talking earlier today. Might be planning some trips to either Memphis, Atlanta, Indiana for the Pacers, and Oklahoma City. We'll have to nail those down. Cause I could probably do two. When I go home, whichever, the Memphis or Atlanta one, I could for sure probably do.
Because that's only the most is a 4-hour drive for the Atlanta one. Now, once you get up to Indiana, that's what'd you say, it was 5 hours or something?
5:15. It's not bad.
I don't know why I thought it was 7 hours for some reason. Maybe I'm thinking of more northern up in Indiana and everything.
Yeah, even that's not too bad. So that one I could do for sure. And then the other one, which would be
OKC one?
Probably OKC. Or I have to see what else is around here? Because I think OKC is the next. I'm pretty sure it's the next closest. Because New Orleans is going to be. I think New Orleans is further than 7.
Yeah, it depends on where it is in Louisiana, you know.
Let me see. Because the Pelicans.
That would be a nice game to go to. Because I think they're going to be. I feel like that atmosphere is nice too. Plus, they got a nice team as well.
Let's see. New Orleans. Yeah, it's 8:14 OKC, so OKC's an hour shorter.
Okay.
So New Orleans, it still wouldn't be bad for an 8-hour trip since I'm so used to driving.
Yeah.
Wait for
14-hour trips in one day.
That one still wouldn't be too bad, but man, we can get some hats. We can get some. Well,
you gonna get the hats.
I can get some hats, bro. It's gonna be so lit when I get like half the teams. I got all the hats lined up. That's gonna be cool.
Speaking of that, I saw something about expansion team. Did you see that?
Oh, Mexico City. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I saw something with that. Man, I'm just still like on top of like just bringing back like the Supersonics, man. I would love for them to bring back just that team. If they're gonna have another team to bring back, like why don't you just bring back one that's already already like
used to be a team.
And plus it's in Seattle, which a lot of people may not know. Seattle has a big presence in basketball, like but they might not have like a lot of people from the league in the NBA and everything.
Right.
But no man, I think they should definitely.
Well, I would be. If they do an expansion, they gotta
even it out.
Yes, it's gotta be 2 teams, right?
It has to be. So I guess you would say Mexico would be in the East, and if they did Seattle, that would be in the it had to be in the West because it's in Seattle.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that would work. I don't know.
Well, or they could do it to where Mexico City's the West team, and then they expand another team out East, like have them instead of like close 2 teams in cities like that. They have it like that.
Where would you think that would be though? In the if you put Mexico City in the West, then what's like a you can't put. I was gonna think of Charlotte, but I was like they got the Hornets there already. Kentucky. I mean, maybe. I'm trying to think.
I think.
What do you think about the DMV area, like a Virginia team?
I was thinking like Maryland.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Around the DC, if you think they got the Washington Wizards there, that's in that area.
Yeah, it's the same area.
Yeah.
Or close. And then Florida has 2 teams, right? Orlando and Miami.
Mm-hmm.
You could put one in Tampa or Pensacola. You could have 3
in the northern state.
The northern part, because Orlando's middle, Miami southern. You can have one like north, Florida. I feel like South Carolina market would be big.
South Carolina would seem like a nice. I think Connecticut. I don't know. I'm just throwing.
It doesn't roll off. It doesn't sound right.
Yeah.
The Florida one, I think was probably the most realistic. I think because you got 3 teams in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
How many California teams are there? 4.
Golden
5?
State, Lakers, Clippers,
Sacramento.
4 right there.
You said Golden State,
Clips, Lakers, Kings,
and you said Warriors.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said Golden State.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's 4. We're not missing one, are we?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, so you got 3 in Texas, 4 in Cali. It wouldn't hurt. I think Florida could pull off having 3.
Yeah.
Obviously, I would say Nashville, but I think if you're gonna put a team in Nashville, you just move Memphis.
Grizzlies, yeah.
But I don't see Alabama.
The real southern states, like it's just there's really nothing there. Like, I was gonna say Kentucky just because you got UK basketball there that already has a presence.
Right.
Might be good to bring a pro team there.
I could see that.
But like you say, it doesn't roll off the tongue right. You know, like the Kentucky.
I feel like whenever they do make a new team, it's not gonna sound right because it's gonna be brand new.
Yeah, that's true.
Didn't you say Virginia? I think Virginia might be it. I feel like the state, like statewide.
Virginia has some hoopers though. Like that's a low key hooper state.
I think Virginia could probably do well.
I would say, in my opinion, it'd be Kentucky. No orders or anything. Say Kentucky, Virginia, South Carolina, and then I would say Florida as like a fourth, but they already have like teams there already.
Maine.
Forgot Maine was a state.
I don't know. Maine was Vermont. Something else. A team like North.
Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Or do you think New York could pull out another team? They
No.
could put another one.
No.
You don't think so?
No, because New York it's too.
It seems like if you're not a Knicks fan, you're like
right.
Just,
it's either it's New York is Knicks. Like it's like trying to put another team in Dallas.
Yeah.
Even though we're talking about state, but New York, it's more than just New York City. But New York's New York City.
Yeah, that's true.
And then if you're not a New York fan, you're a Brooklyn fan.
Yeah.
And I feel like adding another team, there's too many like Knicks fans like that's engraved into their families because their granddad was a Knicks fan, their dad was a Knicks fan.
New York folks have huge pride too.
Oh yeah, the pride. Yeah, they wouldn't have the fan base wouldn't. That's why I think it's got to be either an area that doesn't have a professional sports team or that doesn't have a professional NBA team at least. But like I think markets where they don't really have a professional team to take pride in is probably be your best markets, because if you put one and let's just say I don't know, let's just use
Montana.
let's use Columbia, Tennessee as a let's pretend Tennessee doesn't have an NBA team in it as a state. The Grizzlies don't exist or they're in a different state. Let's just pretend Tennessee. But if you put an NBA team in Columbia, Tennessee, all of those people by default, I feel like will become fans because it's something to do. It's an area that doesn't have a professional team, that doesn't have like a big time sport infrastructure there. You put one there, now you have things, you can go to an event, the atmosphere, it's fun. Now they're all fans because it's the home team, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like a market like that would be ideal. If you're gonna, I feel like if you're gonna expand the NBA. Because like Nashville, I do want Memphis Grizzlies to Nashville, but Nashville in terms of professionals, we got plenty. Because we don't need an NBA team. I want one, but we don't need one. We still got Predators. We got the MLS soccer team. Even though the Nashville Sound's it's not major league, but
it's still
people go.
Sport. Yeah,
people go. And then you got the Tennessee Titans, which we got professional football and hockey at the high level, and they're competitive in their respective sports. So like we have that,
and then we host the SEC tournament,
right?
Too,
so. Yeah, so we have, and we got the NASCAR thing going now. So like we have that professional competitive level already. So I think if you add an NBA team, it would do well, but we don't need it. I feel like if I'm the commissioner, I'm trying to add it to an area that needs it or doesn't have any of it, whether it's like. Basically, where like Memphis Grizzlies, they don't have anything besides the Grizzlies professional sports, right? I don't know about minor league baseball or anything like that.
They don't have. I mean, they got basketball. I mean, the college there.
Yeah, college.
That's it.
Yeah, so that's why.
And they share the. I think do they share the FedEx Forum?
I don't know.
So I know they play some games out of the FedEx Forum.
Right.
But I don't know if that's like their home base, So,
yeah, I'm not sure, but Memphis, like, that's all they got. It's the University of Memphis, their basketball team, and then it's in like professional sports. It's the Grizzlies.
Yeah,
That's why a lot of Memphis people, I feel like they won't move, because if you take Memphis Grizzlies away,
there's nothing there.
That's it.
Yeah, there's really nothing to look for at that time.
Right. Then it's solely the University of Memphis football and basketball is like what everybody looks forward to.
I got a question for you. If they do the expansion, would that mean more games? Because they already talked. Because there's already been like, you remember there was one time that we had talked about like, should they drop it down should they drop it down to like a 62 game season and everything? Because what is there at right now? 82 games. So like with the two teams, they're gonna have to have more games, obviously, because you're adding two teams. Like how would that if that was the case or
I think they can still keep it at 82, but you would play less non-conference games.
Okay.
So the games that you play out of conference, those would just go toward, or a portion of the non-conference games that you play will go towards playing the new team.
Okay.
But I don't think messing with the amount of games. Well, let me take a step back, because I still am against the play-in tournament rule or idea, but they're keeping it so it's a part of the NBA now. Whatever.
Well, why are you against it?
Because the whole point of it, the whole point of the play-in tournament was the teams, when the season came to a halt in the middle of the season, teams that were on the edge of making the playoffs or not didn't have opportunities to make a 10-game win streak or make a run to get in the playoffs. And so it would be unfair to just start them how they were now, because, you know, some teams, just like 2 years ago when the Wizards, they were dead last in the East. They made a run. Russell Westbrook ended up averaging a triple-double. They made a run and ended up making it to the playoffs. That's because they had games to play. But if you cut out however many games, 40 games or half the season, those teams don't have that opportunity to do that. So it's not fair to just start it. All right, well, we're just going to start based off the seeding right now. That's not fair. So you have a couple games, and then you have a play-in tournament, and it gives the 6th through 10th seed a tournament to get in, because then you have to earn those spots. So it was more fair. You have, what do they have? They had a few games before the play-in tournament for seeding of the play-in tournament. Then you have the play-in tournament. Now you can now those teams settle it fair and square. They get in, bam. Well, now we're back to having a full season.
And we're still having to play in tournament.
Right. What are they? Right. It's not necessary, because if you didn't make the 8th seed by after 82 games, that's it.
Yeah.
You didn't do it because that was the NBA. You didn't. Now, obviously, you know, I feel like the idea of the play-in tournament, I believe it's good to have in our pocket. If something similar happens again where we have to shut down, okay, we're going to implement the play-in tournament. The play-in tournament, I think, should be a tool used to where, for some reason, the NBA has to shut down for a certain amount of games. They'll implement the play-in tournament to make it fair for those teams that are 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th within like a game of each other. You know what I'm saying? But if the teams play the full entirety of the season,
there's really no point of doing that.
Right, because then
you had 82 games to fix it.
Exactly, and now it becomes unfair to the 7th and 8th seed. Because they go 82 games and they make the 7th seed and the 8th seed in the season. Why do they have to then go into a tournament to earn the seeding that they had earned by playing 82 regular season games?
I'll be pissed, because it kind of goes back to the same thing. Like, obviously, it's a different situation. Like the Suns, they went 8-0, and they still didn't make it. It was like, so what was the whole point of it?
Exactly. That's how bad they were before the play. That's what I was telling people. They're like, I know some people are, oh, that's unfair. They went 8-0. I said, no, that's not unfair. They were so bad before the season shut down that they went 8-0 and still couldn't make it. But that's just because they had to go 8-0 and other teams had to lose. But those teams didn't.
Yeah.
But that's how like far behind they were before the tournament.
Yeah.
That's on them. They didn't play well before the season started. But yeah, it becomes unfair to the 7th and 8th seed. And so
I'll be pissed if a 9th seed got in.
That's what
I'll
saying.
Be so
it's
mad.
like, bro, we earned the 8th seed, and the 9th seed beat us in this tournament for the seeding we got.
Yeah.
Bro, I'd be sick. And so that's why I'm against it, because now I feel like, obviously, when it comes to money-wise, they're making more money because it's a playoff before the playoff. More games. Overall, it's more games because you have this extra tournament. So you have 82 games and a play-in tournament and the playoffs. So if you're, let's say Cinderella story, best case scenario Cinderella story. You go 82 games, you make the 10th seed. You do the play-in tournament.
How many games is the play-in tournament though? Like how?
It's if you're the 7th seed, you have to win 1 out of 2. If you're the 7th or 8th seed, you have to win 1 out of 2. If you're the 9th or 10th, you have to win both games. So if you're the seed 10, you have to win you have to go 82 games, then win 2 games in the play-in tournament. Then you become 8th seed. Then you have to play the number 1 seed up front, and then to make it to the playoffs, you play more games than everybody else. Now, granted, it's 2 more games, but you
that takes
can
a while,
argue.
though.
You can argue that's a big deal. But I'm just against it because if you, and again, going back to what I was thinking. Now I feel like they're doing it because they probably made money off of the play-in tournament because again, it's it's more games, more tickets, more fans, more stuff gets sold. So now you're like, they're going to implement it because it's more money. Well, if you're going to do that, don't do a play-in tournament. Just have the playoffs, the top 10 seeds from each side, and not the top 8. Then it's the same thing. So now those 2 games, like the play-in tournament, you should start the playoffs when the play-in tournament would start because you have two more teams each side. So you just start the playoffs earlier. And then, bam, you got same amount of games, you're making more money, but now it's fair because if you play 82 games and you're the 10th seed, you're gonna play it in the tournament as the 10th seed.
I feel like too that play-in, you gotta find like a neutral home base because you can't put it in like someone that's closer to like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I don't think that's a problem because if you're the higher seed, you should have home field advantage. Because if you're the 7th seed, you earn 7th seed. When you play the 9th seed, or is it the 10th seed? When you play the 10th seed should at least have to be the away team. Because it's not fair to. I think that's fair if you're gonna have the play-in. The higher seed is the home team.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
But yeah, I don't like it. But I'm gonna watch it because it's basketball. But it's like, just make the playoffs 10 teams.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, it makes it so much easier too. There's not I think it just makes it way easier instead of like, I feel there's like a lot of like commotion too if they went like the play-in route rather than just like put 10 teams in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Or if you want to make the most money, have every team make the play. Like, so it's like a rec league. You know, everybody makes the playoffs. It's just you're playing in the season. You're playing for seeding. So if you want to make the most, if you're the NBA and you're doing a money play, the most money made, have the 82 seasons, and then instead of having top 10 play-in, top 10, just have all teams make the playoffs. Have the top 2 seeds or top however many seeds have buys the first week or 2, and then the 14th seed plays the 4th seed or whatever, and then bam, you have a tournament. Now you're gonna run into a problem where it's way more games. But maybe the first round, you don't play best out of 7. Since it's everybody, you play best out of 5 up until, I don't know, the 2nd or 3rd round, then it's best of 7. But I mean, there's way more solutions that make more logistical sense than for you to have a tournament to decide the seeding of the 7-8 seed when there's a team that played all 82 games and earned those seedings to have to play a tournament to keep that seeding to then play in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. He putting out fires at work.
Bro.
He put out fires at work. Yeah. Makes no sense. But hey, and another problem is, the stats in the play-in don't count for regular season or postseason, right?
Hold on, say it again?
The stats you accumulate during the play-in tournament, they don't count towards regular season stats. They don't count towards playoff stats because it's not technically a playoff.
So it's just
exactly
just stats that don't count for anything.
Exactly,
bro. That would piss me off because there's so many like incentives that are in players' contracts that like. So you're telling me I have to play a tournament that I don't get compensated for my stats, even though I have incentives on my contract that I want to hit, obviously, but I don't get compensated for this tournament that y'all made up.
They don't count towards postseason. Even I don't know why they don't count towards postseason because it's a postseason tournament. It's just get down. Down. But oh, is this Jacquees? Look at this closet. Yeah, just.
I think that's what I want. A walk-in pantry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a walk-in pantry in my house. I think that's the most next level thing you could ever have.
What are you gonna have in there?
Huh?
I guess
Finest, all that shit you got right there.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could pantry supplements, but
You could literally have one side strictly for supplements, and then the rest is whatever you want. You know you would love that shit.
I mean, it'd be cool, but I wouldn't use most of the space. Like I'm not a snack guy, so like I'm not gonna have cereal and you know Debbie cakes. I'm not gonna have all that stuff. It'd be lit though. I'd probably find something else for it. I'd have my supplements. No, I'd probably just have it as like supplement pantry. So it'd be straight supplements. I'd have just a ton of shaker bottles, and then I'd probably like stockpile up cases of C4 and just have it like stored all my pre-workout and stuff. I'd probably just do that. And then
I feel like you would find something else to put in like one of the corners to fill it.
Yeah, I can for sure. I can utilize space now. That's not a problem.
Facts. Man.
That's not a problem.
Man, oh man. Oof.
I forgot what I was gonna bring up.
No, but work's good. Work's going good and everything.
Yeah.
You see the way how his face changed? He was like, it's all right.
It's straight. Like, it's nothing crazy, but
It's just that end of the year time.
Yeah, well, it's the timing of how things played out was terrible because so I got the assistant manager position, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then go somewhere. I got the assistant manager position, so I got like a raise, and that was straight until all this inflation happened.
Mm-hmm.
So now like everything's costing more, so it's kind of evening my shit back out to where I was before.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm not saving as much as I want, and my rent's going up, so I gotta move. But once I move though, my rent's cheaper, so I'm gonna really be making a come up. But work itself is straight, bro. We got an audit. What's today's date? The 11th. We got an audit in a couple weeks, the 28th of October. So that's gonna be stressful the week before. And we just had a visit from our district manager. It was a pretty good visit.
I got a question. How is the district man? Is it pretty?
He's cool.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah, he's kind of our age. He's like, I think he said he was 30 something, like mid 30s, mid to early 30s. So he's not that much older, maybe like 5, 6, no, more than 5. I think he said he's 32, 30. So like he's kind of relatable.
I think that's the biggest thing in the workforce now is like, cause my old DBO before this new one came in, he was traditional old style, like you know, come in, you know, grind, stay late if you have to and everything. Like, I mean, yeah, that's cool and all, but that's not, most people ain't gonna do that. You know, they want to do their 8 hours and go home. This dude that came in, he played football at Century College. He's 33, 34, something like that. Like, in our office is like majority, like the people are like my age and everything. Like, range from like 22 all the way to like 26, 27, all that stuff and everything. But like, I think just with somebody kind of like that same age and kind of like similar interests and everything, I think it's just easy to connect with and everything like that. I mean, he's a dope dude, like cool as hell, and yeah, man. So
yeah, it's a lot. I don't want to say easier, but
it's more it's easier for them to relate to you because you guys are so close in age and everything. You know?
Right. There's better understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he said he got a scholarship to play at football at UTSA, but he like blew his knee out, so he didn't actually get to play. So he used to be an athlete. Okay. So you know, but yeah, he's cool. He's just trying to be great.
Ain't all of us. Ain't all of us, man.
Yeah, everything. Honestly, things cool. It's just customers just and then we just get people come in that are just idiots.
Trust me,
like
man.
No house training, people leaving stuff everywhere.
That's one thing that I will say though, is that like, at least like if I go to the store or something and I like mess up something and like unfold something, I at least try to fold it back, you know?
Right, yeah.
Just common courtesy, man, when it comes down to it. So.
I'm trying to, you ever thought about starting your own business?
I have, but it's like, what would I sell, and how would I sell it to make it different than all the other stuff, you know? Like I feel like that's the first thing everybody thinks of.
That's
like,
$1 million question.
It's just like, okay, if I'm going to go for like, okay, for example, like clothing and everything. Everybody does clothing and everything. What's going to set yourself different from them? Is it the logo? Is it the customer interaction? Like what is it, you know? Like, and plus it's just like, I feel like people connect more with the brand too. It's like what the brand of the company is.
Like what you stand for?
Yeah. So I just don't know, man. It's like, I thought of the clothing thing before, but I'm just like, what would it be, you know? So I don't know. I've also thought about like basketball training and everything, but you gotta think of like facilities, you gotta train that, you gotta think of how much money you gotta pay up for the facility, and then like equipment and everything too, and how are you gonna do like what's your hours gonna be and everything too.
Yeah.
It's just so much pre-planning and everything, so I thought about it, but haven't put the pen to the paper yet, you know?
Yeah.
So
I always like to ask people just because like I told you yesterday, my friend Mia, she's about to start making like custom I don't know what the broad umbrella to call it, but basically she makes custom furniture, I guess, like, because she's gonna make these tables. She's gonna make me she's gonna make me an ashtray for my cigars and stuff. And we were talking about business and like taxes and stuff. It was Dad or whatever. And I always like to ask people because, you know, some people like, oh yeah, I want to do this, and this. And I'm like, what are you waiting on?
Yeah.
Or like, have you at least looked to see how much it costs? Because I know some people, they want to start a business, but some things it costs a lot of upfront money to start.
And I think that's my biggest thing. Just because my like actual 9-to-5 job, whatever you want to say, like is going so good right now to where I really haven't even.
You don't need it.
I don't need. I mean, like, I would love to have it because it's my stuff. It's like it's my business. Right. I created everything. If I create something, hell yeah, I'm gonna go all in on it because I put money towards it. But it's like, I feel like it's the idea and the funds you have to cough up front for the business. I feel like that's where a lot of stuff like you just don't know, because how much would you say like to start a business, and it's just roughly like just like your own.
It depends. Like what business, because like my fitness thing, the app and all that, it didn't cost me much money at all. Like I think $100 just to get the foundation, and the rest of it was just me setting up programs on the app. And I have the way it's set up is I pay them monthly for the software, and then once I get past a certain amount of clientele, they just take a small, I think it's like $1 per customer. Like once I get up to a certain amount, it's like $1. Or if I get up to like 100 customers, it's like $5 per customer, something like that. So they don't have to take upfront money, because as I grow, they grow. So they keep the upfront money down, so I can take my time. I don't have to like cough up. Then, you know, I can take my time. But then once I get big, they're also not taking too much money. You know, so it depends on the business. But like if you're trying to start like I'm trying to think of like a business, but if you're trying to start like a logistics business or something, that's gonna cost a lot of upfront money and stuff like that. So it can range from $50 up to thousands of dollars just to get started. Because some people's business that they want to start, they got to take out like small loans, let's say $25K or something like that. So it just depends, but.
And that's a risk too, because you're like, all right, I'm taking this out and I have to pay it back with interest and everything, so this has to work. Yeah, man, it's just a lot of stuff to go into it. But the thing that I was saying about if it was like the clothing store, there's another thing that I haven't thought about. It's like, where are you going to get your shirts from? How are they going to be printed? Like, obviously, when you sell clothes, you want the best quality and everything. You see it?
Right, 615, go to the website. We're selling beanies, we got hats, we got t-shirts.
But yeah, it's just like how much is it for each print? How much is it for like each shirt? Like, what manufacturer can I go to where I can get the best deal, where the quality is still what I want, but I get a bigger bulk of shirts and everything.
Right.
Like,
yeah, you gotta do research.
Yeah.
You gotta do research for sure. But yeah. But yeah, I'm always curious because I feel like at heart I've always been entrepreneurial minded, where I want to run my own shit. But like,
it's so hard to start it. It's just like,
yeah.
And plus you don't want to listen to everybody too. Like, that start their own business. Like, I mean, obviously you want to listen to everybody, but like, there's certain things that
you don't have to take their path.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because like for me, I'm a little different where I've always been entrepreneurial minded, but what my business is, at least now, for the ones that I want to start or want to do in the near future, I don't want them to be like, some people try to start a business to where they can quit their job they're doing now and then do this full time because they love it. I don't want to. That's not. I want a business that does well with me doing little effort, and it brings in a good amount of money on the side to add to what I'm doing now. But it's not gonna take all of my time.
That's the thing.
That's the type of which it's like semi-passive, but not really passive because you know
you're still working a little bit towards to get
right, but it's something that can scale on its own, but doesn't, when it scales, it doesn't eat to my time. Like the beanies and shirts I sell, it's all drop shipped. So what that means is I don't actually have any of the inventory with me. The inventory is somewhere at a manufacturer. And when you get on the website and you because it's custom text, you put whatever you want right here. I chose 615. As soon as you put 615, you hit enter, you buy it. What happens is I get an email saying that somebody purchased a beanie from my website. That's it. I don't actually do anything. I get an email, and then because I set up the website. That's the only work I really did. I set up the website, and I had the website set up to where as soon as they order it, the website tells the manufacturer what they ordered. The manufacturer makes the order. The manufacturer sends it to them, to the customer. So no matter how big my website, let's say my website gets so big, I get 25,000 orders a month. All that means for me is I'm just gonna have 25,000 emails. I don't have to do any actual more work, and that's something that it can scale to where I'm making $2 million a month off of. I'm just gonna get overran with emails. That's it. In terms of taking time away from me, nothing. I can still I can still work at Shoe Palace and bring in this, or whenever I graduate, I can still go out and do my professor things, yada, yada, yada. It's not taking time away from me, and it can scale as big as it can possibly get. It's not going to require me to do extra work. That's the type of business I'm trying to get into.
All right, that actually, that opens up a question for me, and obviously something that I didn't know about too. So like, you know how some people like, they have all their inventory like in their house or whatever, they ship it out and everything like that. So my thing is, with the manufacturer, is there certain things that you tell them like, hey, in the packaging, I want this, I want that, like, or is it just?
I had that. That's like a software thing.
Okay.
So the software thing, like, I wish I kept it. I had a box because when I order my hats and stuff, I ordered from my website. And I have a piece of paper that I have to where whenever somebody orders something, there's a piece of paper in there that has the IV logo. Okay. And it's like a welcome letter. It's like, oh, I appreciate you for purchasing.
Like a thank you note, basically.
Yeah, like a thank you note and stuff like that. So you can have that stuff in there. Now, when it comes to like individual, specific, customized things, I can do that, but I'd have to go in and manually do it.
Okay. Because that's the thing, because I got, this is one dude back in chat that used to like sell shirts and everything, but he used to, everything, like he used to keep all like the clothes, like the shirts, hats, everything like in his closet. And what he would do is that he would have like, every package was packaged the same and everything, but it was like special paper that he would wrap it in, a thing that he would put it in, and then like a sticker on top of the label and everything like that. So I didn't know if that was like something that the manufacturer could do, or if that's like, you know what I'm saying?
I think the way I'm doing it, probably not. Okay. But I'm sure you could probably set it up. There's a way you could do it, but it couldn't. I don't think you could do that drop shipping.
Yeah. Because I feel like you get more authentic when it's like somebody that like,
it's
literally
it's more personal.
Yeah, like
sure.
when they're literally packaging the shit like in their house and sending it to like UPS or FedEx.
Yeah,
you know?
and the reason why, because when I say that, it sounds like, oh, why would you ever like keep inventory with you? There's pros and cons, because when you drop ship, especially like these t-shirts, the margins are smaller, because when you drop ship, I'm basically paying for the t-shirt wholesale, and then I charge whatever I want to charge, and I'm keeping the difference. When you buy the shirts and hoodies or whatever in bulk, you're getting them for a fraction of the dollar. So your margins are bigger. So you can get, I don't know, for example, I think the t-shirts, I don't know the numbers off the top of my head, but let's just say, for example, the t-shirt to drop ship t-shirt costs me personally $9, right? So on the website, let's say I sell them for $20. Let's say $10, I sell them for $20. So that means I make $10, right? Let's ignore shipping and handling, because it gets dicey once you ignore shipping. Let's ignore tax. Let's just say I profit $10 per shirt. But that's because I have to pay $10 for that shirt and the design, for them to design and all that stuff. And I make $10 per shirt. Well, if you go to some manufacturers, you can buy 2, 3, 5, let's say you can buy 10,000 shirts for, I don't know, let's just say you buy 10,000 shirts and you only pay $1 a shirt. So let's say it's $10,000. You buy 10,000 shirts for $10,000. Well, then, let's say I sell it at the same $20, but I bought it all up front. Now, yes, it's more upfront money, but I'm making $19. Again, we're ignoring shipping and taxes. I'm making $19 per shirt. So eventually, once I get through those 10,000 shirts, I've made 10,000 times 19, which would be, shit, 119,000.
Hold on.
Yeah, 19. It's 190,000, I think.
You said how much? You said 10,000 shirts
times 19. Yeah, it should be 100.
Yeah.
What is it?
190,000.
Okay, I was making sure.
Yeah.
I haven't done
simple math.
Right. So 190,000 versus if I sold 10,000 shirts, only making $10 a shirt, it's 100,000. So at the end of the day, assuming you sell them all at the same rate, let's say you sell them all in a year, then the drop shipping only makes 100,000, the other one makes 190, so you make 90,000 more. But it's more work. You gotta have the space to hold there's more. So another pro and con. Then you have to have the space to have all this.
Keep all the inventory.
To keep all the inventory, you got the space for it. Then you gotta buy the material to do the custom. If you're customizing, you gotta buy the material to do all that. You gotta do more, or you gotta hire somebody. You gotta do more hands-on work. Versus me, I'll take $90,000 for me to just sit at the house, email. Another shirt, right? I'm okay with taking a L on the overall profit if it costs me no extra time. That's me personally. Some people, like you said, like to be a lot more personable, but with those type of personable things, that's a business that I feel like they want to take and grow and end up, being the next Hanes, where it was theirs, they're running it. They put all their heart and soul into it. Not saying I don't put my heart and soul into the merch. I love the merch, but
your boy got other stuff to do.
Right. It's not like my
like your ride or die, basically.
Right. It's not my career. I don't want to get into the fashion industry or clothing industry, but I do want to sell shirts and clothing, shirts, beanies, snapbacks, all that stuff, and no extra time. Every now and then I get on the website, make sure everything looks good, because sometimes things go out of stock, so I gotta take it off the website. But outside of that, it's running on its own.
It's dope. Yeah, man. You know who the best person I'm gonna have to reach out to?
Who?
Phil, because he got his own.
Oh
shirts.
yeah, make it work. Yeah.
Which are, go get them.
Y'all. Bro, I wish I had his. I'll look up his socials. I'll shout Philip out.
No, and the thing about his shirts, like, I love the colorway that he has and everything for them, because like they're not basically just like blue, white, black shirts and everything. He has like tan shirts, obviously blue ones and everything. The material is real nice. I think he has like I got a long sleeve, I got a short sleeve. I think the short sleeve ones come with like frockets, I think.
Oh, they got beanies now?
Oh yeah,
Oh, they've been had beanies. I'm late. I might get a beanie. I like beanies. But his it's make MAKE_it_work_company. Y'all go check it out. My boy Philip with his Make It Work. He's got hats, t-shirts, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, dude, I love doing all kinds of stuff. In terms of, I'm writing a song. I might drop this.
What's your stage name?
I don't know. I'm not trying to again.
He ain't trying to make a career out of it.
Right. I want to be I want to be one of those dudes that's like a jack of all trades, a master of one. So I'm gonna master my science. I'm master of two. I'll be a master of my career in science. I'm gonna be a master of fitness industry. But I want to be known as the guy where he's like, bro,
there's a topic that comes up and I know a little bit about it.
Right. That not only that, but like, dude, this dude, he does everything. Oh, he's an astrophysicist. Oh, he's also a personal trainer. This dude, he has a book. He wrote a book. He's got a podcast. He's got a YouTube channel. He's gaming. He does vlogs. He dropped a song. I want people to be like, when Finis says he's gonna do something,
he's gonna fucking do it.
Does it, and it's not bad. It don't gotta be great, but it's like it's not bad. Right, like I'm not mad at it. He sells merch. He's got a clothing brand. Come on.
What else can this man not do?
That's it. So I was writing a song. It was funny because I don't know why I started writing it at work because it was dead. I think some trash song came on or something like that. I was like, man.
And they probably got millions off of it too. You're like, bro, I could make up something better than this.
Shit. Like, come on now.
I be thinking the same thing too, man. It's like when songs come out, you really think about it, like, bro, I could have came up with this.
Right.
The only thing that's good makes it sound good is just the beat.
Yeah, that's right, bro. You go on YouTube and look up like instrumentals or like rap instrumentals or R&B rap instrumentals that are on there and be like, oh, if I can take this beat and just at least bro, the lyrics the lyrics can't be that they can't be trash. But as long as the lyrics are decent,
if they flow with the song,
if they flow with the song and the beat go hard,
it's a done deal. It's a done deal.
You might not be a multi-millionaire, but you'll bring in because now
It'll get some views on YouTube,
right?
Sure.
I got my buddy Nelly. He was doing music. He's supposed to drop an EP. It never happened. I don't know what happened. But anyway, I was telling him get his song on Spotify because there's ways now where you can make money without having to be like go viral. Because if you get, I don't know how to do it. I'm sure I can figure it out. But if you put your song on Spotify, shout out to Spotify. They sponsor this podcast, by the way. You put your song on Spotify, you get paid per stream, right? So you can make a song, download it, whatever, get a computer, make a Spotify account, download it to Spotify, upload it. You got a song on Spotify. Now you promote it, you market the shit out of it. Social media, you can market for free now. You don't.
Only thing you gotta do is just put on your
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. You do those four, you can market it let's say you market it every day or every few days for a month. Let's say you're gonna drop it. You're leading up to drop your marketing shit. You're marketing. And again, this is free. You don't have to pay Facebook or Google Ads anymore. You just market, you hashtag the shit out of it, you get your friends to market it, the song drops. Are you gonna be a millionaire? Probably not. But you're gonna make something
out of it.
Right, and it's there. And you get paid per the stream in perpetuity.
It's never gonna leave that platform unless you take it off.
Exactly. So you drop that. Then let's say it does pretty well. All right, I'm gonna do another song. You drop another song. You promote it, you market it, drop it. Now you got two songs that are gaining, that are making you 2 cents a stream, as long as they're on there. Then you can slowly, okay, I got these two. I'm gonna drop an album or an EP. Let's say you drop an EP, 7 songs. You can include the 2 you've already dropped onto the EP. Then you make 4 more songs. You drop an EP. You got a whole ass EP, and each song on the EP is adding to the total amount that's gonna get paid out to you. Next thing you know, you're a legit artist with shit on Spotify. Then you be like, oh yeah, dude, go check out my album on Spotify. Then now you Linktree, you sending links to people now. You can email people. Oh, what's up? My name's yada yada. Check out my music here. Bam. Spotify link out. Digital ads free.
Yeah. They low key make it too easy. They low key
easy.
if you really want to pursue it, it's just like you have the platforms. Like it's easy, man. And you know a lot of things about it too. Most of the shit you can look up on YouTube, get it from other people. Like I mean, the internet is really at your. This could be anybody's best friend. Bro. This could this little device right here can make people millionaires. Not gonna say like overnight. It could happen overnight.
It could. It's possible. It's happened before.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna keep on happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not likely. We don't want to say that. We're not trying to say.
Trying to promote you. Say go do it. You'll be a millionaire, and then you come back.
It's possible. That's that. The way I described the music is exactly how the podcast went down. Because remember, it was me and you. It was me and you day one. I was like, bro, I want to do a podcast. And I was like, I want to do
You were sitting there like, I was like, yeah, I'll join, but we're going to talk about it.
Right, bro. I was like, I want to do a podcast. And I really, the premise of me doing the podcast is I wanted to find a way to like every week stay in contact with my closest friends. Because, moving to Missouri, moving out to Texas, it's hard to like keep in touch with everybody. Because, we're all doing our own things. We're all grown. We got shit to do.
It's like, and two, it's just like, if you're not in the same city as somebody, like you're just not gonna. It's not like, oh, you wanna go get go get some food or something, go hang out. It's like
So I wanted a way to still keep in touch, and so that's why I was like reached out to you, and then I was like, oh, cool, and then I was like, we agree on a lot of shit. It's like I need some spicy. I need somebody that
Mitch.
So I was like, and you're like Mitch. I was like, oh yeah. I'm no.
But Mitch lives for that though. Mitch loves to argue, which if everybody checks out the podcast, Mitch loves to argue. Mitch.
Oh, he pokes, and then now I was like, okay, now we need somebody that Mitch can poke the bear. Mark. Oh, it's a perfect combination, bro. It's fantastic.
A diehard Titans fan is somebody that just loves to argue. Even he might agree with you, but just still loves to
find a way.
Yeah, he's gonna find to.
Oh, it's beautiful. And then Mark's diehard Titans and Vanderbilt. Mitch is the Vols fan. Oh, I love it. When they go off from the group chat, it's fantastic.
It's funny too. It's like obviously, let's say, like Tennessee's having a great year and everything. So like Mitch is feeling nice and everything. Right. But the other side, Vanderbilt, they just really don't have a great year most of the time just because football program's not like that. But yeah, man.
But yeah, I was like, man, how do I? Because what started it though, I remember I was back home, and me and my dad we weren't arguing. We were having a debate about something. I forget what it was. It was like a legit intellectual debate. It wasn't an argument. And I was making a good point. My dad did a counter argument, and I was playing devil's advocate with his counter argument. We were flipping, and then I forget what it was about. And then we started talking about sports. We were talking about data analysis. I was breaking the game down, yada yada yada. My mom was like, oh, "You'd be a really good sport analyst, or like you'd be a really good like radio host." Or she was like, "You should think about starting a podcast." And like at the time, I wasn't really.
Was it during COVID?
Yeah.
You remember because a lot of people like were doing podcasts and stuff like they're starting their own podcasts and everything.
Right. Yeah, because people had all the time in the world. But I didn't even think anything of it. And I was like, she had told me that, and it was funny because somebody had told me the same thing before I went home here. Somebody told me about, oh, you should start a podcast. Like you gotta, because I know a lot of shit. So I was like, just spitting knowledge and educating like I think I was at Pizza Hut. Somebody asked me about something, I was like educating or whatever. Like, man, you should start a podcast. You got a lot of intellectual takes on stuff. I was like, and then my mom told me that the next week, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna look into it. So when I got back here, I got on the laptop. I was like, I Googled how to make a podcast. And then I just literally
went down a rabbit hole probably.
Not even in 5 minutes. I was setting up an account for Anchor, which is the platform that I upload everything into, and Anchor is by Spotify. Next thing I was making an account, and then, bam, I had it set up, and all I had to do was, and they had it to, because I was looking for something you could do virtual, because I already in my head was like, oh, I'm gonna see if I had already knew in my head I wanted to ask you, and I was like, I want to look for a platform where I can do it virtual, because obviously in person, at the time I didn't really know people here, and so it was like, oh yeah, because you know how at first the way we were doing it. We would get on the app and you could call, you could join the thing, and it was just an audio recording. And so I was like, oh, that's perfect. So I made the account. And I was like, and then that's when I asked you, and then we did that first one. I uploaded, and I was like, I have a podcast.
This is all I need to do.
Right, and it was so easy. I was like, that was it.
One thing I will need to say too, shout out to Mitch for this, because I didn't even think about it. When he started joining, he joined the podcast for like 2 times, and then he brought up, why don't we just move it to like WebEx or Zoom?
Zoom, yeah.
Yeah, and
so
I was thinking of that. I was just like, why didn't we think of that from the get go?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I never.
I didn't know. I didn't know I could upload videos because when we do the Zoom, I take the video of the Zoom. This is before that Spotify had the video feature. Now you can watch us on Zoom.
Okay.
But when we do this, you can actually watch us now, or you can just listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
But Spotify didn't have this feature at the time. But on Anchor, you could still upload a video, and it extracts the audio.
Okay.
And so that's or in Zoom in Zoom you can also it does the video and it has the separate audio by itself.
Mm-hmm.
So I would usually just take the audio and it was easier than doing the Anchor thing, honestly, because Anchor first problem with Anchor at the beginning is if we all didn't have good Wi-Fi, it was on a delay. And so I remember Mitch was like, have you listened to I think it's the one we had Nick Walker on. Mm-hmm. We had, because remember when we first started doing Zoom, I think we had the Anchor on doing the audio and we had the Zoom. Yeah, we were like doing them at the same time. And then that's when I figured out I could just do it on Zoom and we didn't have to get on through Anchor. But there were like some kinks, but it was like off. But now audio wise, it solved all of that. And now I just do the whole videos and stuff on there. So it's come a long way. Like if you guys are listening or watching, if you scroll to like those episodes 1, 2, and 3, those are tough.
What like how long ago was it? 2 years?
It was 2 years. August 19th was our first podcast.
Bro,
August 19th, 2020.
It doesn't even seem like it's really been that long, to be honest. But you look at how many episodes there is. There's like over 100. Just the Guardian stuff, not including your like other stuff.
Guardians is 615. 101 was this week on Tuesday. This Uncle Strib is going to be 30 something, and the film room is on episode 11. So it's 140 something episodes total. Okay. A lot of
You know what I might do?
What?
Since I'm growing the shoe collection, I might have to start my own shoes thing.
Spotify or YouTube?
YouTube, maybe.
Yeah, I do a shoe game where I do all the unboxings when I get my shoes. Okay. It's actually my most watched videos are the shoe game ones on my YouTube.
Really?
I don't even market them. I just in the algorithm because since I work at Shoe Palace, the shoes I do get are like the day they drop. So it's right when people are searching them. Mm-hmm. So I pop up in the algorithm on rip. I have actually these right here. This shoe I did, I think I have I have almost like over 1,000 views on this shoe.
For real?
That I did, yeah. They're called the Brushstroke Jordan 1 Mids. But yeah, those are my most watched videos. And it's like that niche of a topic is like it's literally for YouTube. People want to see you take it out the box. Mm-hmm. You get in the camera. Mm-hmm. I had my buddy Nate. He said, "Oh, you should do like an on foot review because because sometimes you'll see a shoe, you'll be on the fence, and if you see it on somebody's foot, it'll tell you like, oh no, I don't like how it looks on foot, or somebody's like, oh yeah,
it's too bulky or whatever.
Yeah, so I started putting them on foot, and then like people love the on foot review things, and like people actually like will comment and stuff. So yeah, you should do that.
I think I might. I already unboxed my shoes, but I still.
You can do what I did is when I started, I had like 30 something shoes. Well, I didn't have all the ones I have now. Mm-hmm. So when I started, I just did the first few where I did like the first video. I was like, hey, I'm doing a video. Right now, I'm just gonna do a review of the shoes I have, and then once I get caught the shoes I have, I'm gonna do unboxings. Mm-hmm. So the first one was just reviews. So I'll be like, hey, I got these shoes like 2 years ago. Here's they are. I'll say the name, what they're going for, what size I wear, yada yada yada. What they're going for my size. Mm-hmm. I'll say like the market value, so what they're going for, what they went for retail, what they're going for now, and then I'll just talk about why I like them or why I got them, or if I know like the history behind them, like when we get the lost and founds.
Oh yeah,
I'll talk about that one and yada yada yada. But like when I did the triple whites, they're just all white. That video was like super short. But and then once I got caught up, I was like, okay, I'm caught up. So the videos from around hours gonna be unboxings. So because they'll be brand new. So when I get the shoes, I'll wait 3 days, and the first time I unbox them is when I do the video. So it's like super authentic. Even though I might see them at the shoe store, but you know, when you get home, it's different. Yeah. When you get home, you're like a kid that just got back from the candy store. Yeah. So I really wait till I have the time to do the video before I unbox them.
Okay. Yeah, man. I think that's something. I mean, it's something that I want to do, and plus, like, it'll keep me busy. Yeah. It's something that, like, just something to do. You know? Yeah.
You gotta do the gaming thing too.
I gotta do the gaming thing.
We're gonna get on Fridays. Because we can get on Fridays.
Oh yeah, for sure. I really want to do 2K because that's my sport. I love it, but you gotta have 5. You gotta have 5 for that, man.
I suck at 2K. I stopped playing it.
It's a game that it'll piss you off. It will literally make you like just completely just rage quit, just shut it off. It'll make you so pissed off.
I couldn't play online because I wasn't good at it. But I did like the my player
I played my player and everything.
Or my fantasy. I like my franchise.
My league or whatever.
No, my franchise.
I don't do the franchise.
I do. It's just to be fun.
Because you like to be the GM.
Yeah, you can you draft. So obviously I'm drafting LeBron or whatever. So you just draft So I picked I would always pick either the Memphis Grizzlies. Tennessee team, and then I think you can move them, and I would move them to Nashville.
I would upgrade all the stuff what's the stuff they had the player jets and everything. Yeah, all the stuff.
And they got stuff like that now.
I don't know about this new 2K because the only thing I play is my career online, but I think they should.
Yeah, you can change. Cause I know mine, I changed the names. I think you could either make one. No, I think they had 2 versions where you can choose a team that already existed and be the team of that, or you could just make one.
A team. Yeah.
I think I would make a team. I had the Nashville something. I don't know, but I drafted my team unstoppable.
Yeah, you put LeBron on the team. You probably got somebody.
Yeah. Jeez. And then I get LeBron, and I'd let the season start, and I'd always try to trade for Melo, and I would get him.
Biggest Melo fan if y'all.
I don't think they've seen that. I have almost every jersey he's played for besides the Hawks.
There's only one jersey.
Yeah, well, I guess he didn't technically play. He didn't play for them. He was on their roster for a day though. But yeah, I got Denver, New York, OKC, Houston, Portland, Lakers, Olympic. Yeah. And I think I'm going to get a Ja jersey next. Ja Morant.
You should get the throwback when they had the Vancouver Grizzlies. You can get that one.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be a bad. I gotta see what they got online. Cause I need
Mocha.
The only teams I'm missing. Cause I need a jersey from each team. I need Memphis Grizzlies. I need Atlanta Hawks. I need Utah Jazz and Sacramento Kings. That'll be all. For Memphis is Ja. Atlanta Hawks.
Did you get a Trae Young or John Collins or Murray?
Oh, Murray's there now.
Yeah,
probably Murray. I was gonna get a Lou Williams because I'm
That's
getting
tough though.
I know. I was gonna get it when he was still there because he's done now, isn't he? Or is he still there?
The Hawks?
Yeah,
bro. He's been with so many different teams over the past
No, but I'm saying last year he was the 6th man on the Hawks, I think. Anyway,
I don't even think Lou was in the league anymore.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah, it's for sure gonna be hard. But I don't know. I like to get every jersey I get is from somebody I'm a fan of. So if I'm gonna get so I'm trying to get a jersey from every team. But if I'm not a fan of anybody on that team, I'm just not gonna get a jersey. But I'm a fan of at least somebody on that team. I don't know if I am of Trae Young. I like Trae Young. I don't know if I'm when I say I'm a fan, I mean a fan. I don't know if I'm a fan yet. I'm getting there. I like how he plays. I love watching him play. But I don't know if I'm a fan just yet. So I'm going to hold off on the Trae Young jersey. And he's young, so he's going to be there. There's no rush.
I'll get John Collins one. I like John Collins. After he dunked on Embiid and put the picture up on the shirt.
I don't know if I'm a John Collins fan. Who?
You just gotta go with Murray. They got Clint Capella.
But I am a Murray fan because I was gonna get a Spurs one before he got traded. So I'll probably do the Murray one. Utah Jazz. I was gonna get a Donovan Mitchell one, but he got traded. I don't know Utah. I don't like Jordan. Yeah, he went.
Utah doesn't have that star player right now.
He went to Mizzou, so I mean that'd be cool. But I guess I am a fan because I was supporting him when he got 6th Man of the Year. I guess I'm a fan of Jordan Clarkson. And then for Sacramento, I'm trying to get a Boogie Cousins, old school throwback Sacramento jersey. I found some online, but they're pricey. Yeah. But I want a DeMarcus Cousins Kings jersey. That's the ideal one. But we'll see. And
I forgot how good of a player he was when he was with the Kings, dude. Arguably in that time period, arguably the best center in the
monster.
League. Like, and then he had his injuries, which just it amazes me a big man of that caliber can be so good and have just one injury, and it's and you're like, dude, what happened? Because that dude was like knocking down threes. Pulling up. Like, it was crazy. Especially how big he was at the center too. It's not like he was like a James Wiseman, tall, lanky center. Like he was a big big dude.
I'm a fan for sure. So I get that, and then once I get all of them, now I'm doubling back. So I got a Westbrook. I got to get Westbrook Lakers. I got to go for that LeBron one, and then I got to give me a Jimmy Butler. I should have one already. But that's when I'm gonna start doubling up on teams and players.
Which LeBron one do you have?
The Cleveland and the 23 Lakers. I don't have a 6 Lakers.
You want my 6 Laker at home? I'll for real ship it to you.
You don't want it?
Not really.
Hell yeah.
I'll literally give it to you.
Shit, you don't want
I'm on LeBron. Like I like LeBron, but it's just like I got the jerseys for free. And I'm like,
it's the States one, right?
Yeah, I'll send a picture to you.
We'll consider a jersey swap.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do it. Okay, yeah, we'll do it.
I don't know where it's at. But
it's in the room.
Yeah, Butler. But yeah, I gotta get. Bro, I got it. I was like, damn, I kind of want to get me a Butler. I'm gonna get me one though, but I'm gonna wait. But yeah, I'm about to have so many jerseys.
Bro, you already got a shit ton right here. Is these all your jerseys?
No,
right
there's
here?
more. There's a handful in the closet too. So I got a Kyrie Irving. That's before I knew he was a flat earther, but I'm not gonna get rid of it. I spent money on it.
He's a flat earther.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna get rid of it. I gotta get a Kevin Durant jersey. I just don't know which team. I might just go Brooklyn. Cause I wanted to try to get a OKC one, but I think I'm just go with Brooklyn.
It's a black jersey you can match with anything.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wear them. I messed up. I had a Dwight Howard Orlando Magic jersey, and I wore it out. It ripped. I've never worn a jersey out since then.
What do you mean, like the side of it? Like...
Yeah, it got caught on something right here and it ripped.
Oh, I know you were hot.
Bro, I was pissed. So ever since then I haven't worn any of them. But I want to get them all framed eventually. I don't know where they're gonna go, but I want to get them all framed.
Man, I'll say I like jerseys, but it's just not one of the things that I go for. But I do like jerseys though a lot. I got the Steve Nash one that you got me, now I got the Jimmy Butler one. First, gonna make me start collecting shit for no reason now. He gonna give me this stuff that I have no business doing. Shoes, jerseys. What's next? What podcast? What's it called?
You get to YouTube. Bro, it's cool. It's just fun to do. My bad. Derrick Rose, man. I got some goats on here. We got DeMar DeRozan. I might double up on DeMar and get a Chicago one. And a Zach LaVine. We got Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, the only player to average over 30 points a game and not make the All-Star team.
I remember that was like 2 years ago, wasn't it? I remember that.
3 or 4, but yeah.
I remember because his wife had put out a tweet about it.
And 31 some points per game.
And she got backlash for it. But I'm like, yo, like he honestly,
right.
like he
31
in on a horrible team when he didn't have no help. That's when he didn't have Russ out there. So I don't know.
Yeah, it was the year before Russ got there.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns, dog, one of the best stretch fours in the game.
Would you get an Anthony Edwards one?
Yes, I plan on it. I'm a fan. Oh, I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of
Anthony
it.
Edwards, like, I feel like...
Because I got a D-Lo one, but it's the Nets one.
Mm.
The one next to behind the shit.
I feel like Anthony Edwards is that dude that after his NBA career, he'll be, like, in movies and shit.
Yeah, he's going to be a personality
But, like,
for sure.
just like, the way... Have you seen his interviews and stuff after games?
Yeah, some of them.
Dude, he's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm a fan for sure. Yeah, I'm for sure give me Anthony Edwards. Man, who else? I want so many jerseys. There's literally like a handful. I could probably name 2 guys on almost every team that I want a jersey of.
Mm-hmm.
But
man, if I could get my hands on a Supersonic one, that'd be nice. I just love throwback jerseys. For some reason they just.
Oh, I don't have it out here. There it is. The Tracy McGrady throwback Raptors, that purple one with the dragon on it. It's that one in that corner, the Tracy McGrady one. Next to the Steve
They
Nash
just
one.
bringing back the throwback ones, man. Something like the pinstripe O'Neal one, like that one. I love those.
Yeah,
ones. I love
Orlando.
those, dude.
Yeah. I'm gonna give me a Shaq. I want to give me a Shaq or Lakers jersey too.
Oh, you got. I feel like yeah.
Actually,
I feel like,
wait a minute. Let me check my closet. I might have it already.
Finis saying stuff he needs, and he's like, actually, you know what? I might have that actually.
No, I don't. So I got 4 in the closet. It's Kobe's Olympic jersey, 10. Kyrie Celtics. It's a Ben Wallace.
You got a Ben Wallace?
I got a Ben Wallace Detroit Pistons and an Andre Iguodala Warriors.
That Ben Wallace one, I'm actually.
I gotta get another one. It's not a stitched one. I thought it was stitched, but it's not stitched. It's one of those like it's almost like a
ironed on.
No, I don't know.
But...
It's printed. It's not even. I'll show you after the pod, and the Andre Iguodala was like that too. So I got to get another. Those don't count, but I'm not gonna throw them away because I spent money on it.
This dude is such a human.
Basically, yeah. I'm gonna get a new Ben Wallace one, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get a Steph, and I'm gonna try to get another Andre. I was a fan of Andre Iguodala. But at the time, I wasn't a fan of Steph yet when I was getting my Warriors jersey, but I was a big fan of Iguodala. I've been a fan of Iguodala when he was with the 76ers. Yeah. So, like, pretty much his whole career. Yeah. Like, early on. So, I got Iguodala. But I got to get a Steph one now. I'm a fan.
You got to be a fan of Steph. Like, it's like, well, what has Steph done? Like,
I don't see how you can't be. He'll be doing I don't know. I don't get when people aren't fans of players that don't do anything.
Yeah. Like, they literally, they don't do anything outside of basketball, like any trouble or anything like that.
I get if you don't like a player because, he plays dirty and, he's, an arrogant bastard. I get that. Yeah. It's Steph. He's a family man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
He really has his kid in his lap in the press conference.
He seems like he's a goofy guy. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like he's, one of those, hard, tough, I don't know. People just
really ain't that big of a dude either. He's 6'2", 6'3".
I was about to say, you're taller.
He's like my height, basically.
You might be a little taller. I thought you were 6'4".
On a good day. But he's still whip my ass though in basketball. So.
Right. 419. Want to leave here around 5? Yeah. Oh, are we gonna eat before? Or we gonna eat when we get there?
You wanna eat when we get there? It don't matter to me.
Oh man, I don't know.
Do you think you could wait that long, or do you just want to go ahead and get something to eat? Because you might be hungry. Walking in, but man.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm not really hungry right now. We'll figure it out. Let's end the podcast. But this has been another special Uncle Strib with my good friend, my Your name on my phone is still Cousin Calvin from high school.
You know what's funny about that? They call me that in the office.
Cousin Calvin?
They call me Cousin
Bro,
Calvin.
it rolls off the tongue, dog.
It does. Because when there's this girl named Mariah, she's like, oh yeah, we got Cousin Calvin on the board. I was just like, you know what's funny? They used to say that shit back in high school.
Yeah, dude.
And I was just really, I'm like, yeah, like no BS. And then like, I'm like, I guess it's just a name.
Cousin Calvin. Bro, it just rolled off the tongue. But you guys stay tuned. Appreciate you for watching. Follow, like, subscribe, share it. Also, if you want to kind of see what we've been up to, I am recording his trip, or I guess it's a trip.
It's a trip, yeah.
I'm mentally not here.
It's a trip for him too.
Right. I'm doing a YouTube video. It's gonna be the Finest Adventure. So if you go to Finest, just go to Finis Stribling on YouTube. You'll see the playlist. It's under Finest's Adventures. It will be episode 6. Just look for it. It's the San Antonio, Texas episode. And because we had some fun yesterday, cigar shop.
Oh yeah.
We went hooping and all that stuff. So I'm gonna keep a vlog of the whole trip, and you guys stay tuned. We're out.